How would you like to make $1,000 with only a few hours of work? Well, if you're a nurse, you can absolutely do that through IMEs, or independent medical examinations. But did you know that independent medical examinations, or IMEs, they aren't actually as independent as they might sound? And if you're a legal nurse consultant, understanding the nuances of IMEs can make or break your role in a case. My name's Randy. I run a very successful legal nurse consulting firm, and I've helped hundreds of nurses to learn to do the same. And today I'm sharing the 6 things that you need to know about IMEs, from what they are to how you can navigate them like a pro. By the end of this video, I'm going to give you enough information that you're going to have the knowledge and the confidence to handle IMEs effectively. So first, let's start with the basics. An independent medical examination, or an IME, is a medical evaluation performed by a physician who is not involved in the patient's ongoing care. IMEs are often used in legal cases like personal injury or work comp claims to provide a supposed objective assessment of the patient's condition. But here's the catch. Despite the name, IMEs aren't always independent. In fact, they're typically paid for by the defense and are often used to support the defense's case. So as a legal nurse consultant, your role in an IME is crucial. You're there to observe and document and ensure the exam is conducted fairly and within the legal guidelines. Now let's break down the 6 things that you need to know to excel in this role. First, they're not truly independent. As I mentioned earlier, IMEs are often funded by the defense, which means the examining physician may have a bias towards supporting the defense's case. And while there are certainly varying degrees of this, depending on the provider performing the exam, your job is to observe the exam carefully and document any inconsistencies or any red flags that you see that could impact the case. Second, your role is to observe and report. So during the IME, your primary responsibility is going to be to observe and document everything that happens. This includes the physician's actions, the patient's responses, any deviations from standards of care or standard procedures that you see while you're watching the exam. And your observations are going to be used to create a report that you'll write, so you need to really pay close attention to the details. Take note of what you see, what you hear, what you observe, and not simply what the provider is saying. There's been many times that a provider will say something like, "Good, it looks like you can do that without any difficulty." But what I'm observing is a patient struggling to complete a task, grimacing in pain, grabbing their back, audibly grunting or groaning. And that can be really important in your report. Third, know when to speak up and when to stay silent. This is a fine line to walk. If you interrupt the exam unnecessarily, it could end prematurely and it could cost the attorney money. However, you should speak up if the physician does something inappropriate, like say asking about pre-existing conditions or injuries that occurred after the date of injury or the date in question. If you do speak up, do so concisely and politely, and keep interruptions to a minimum, because the last thing you want is for you to cause the exam to be canceled because of your interference. All right, number 4, recording the exam. Some states will allow audio and or video recording of your IMEs. But this has to be approved, not only by the state, but by both the opposing counsel and the examining physician beforehand. And if recording is allowed, be prepared to set up your equipment quickly when you get in that room and ensure everything's functioning properly. I like to take multiple devices to ensure that I capture the recording, even if one of my devices malfunction. Number 5, writing a clear, complete, and concise report. Your report should be factual. It should be objective, free of opinions. Include all the relevant details, like the physician's actions, the patient's responses, and any deviations from any standard procedures. And be sure to note the times of each event as well. A well-written report can be a powerful tool in the attorney's case, not to mention if you get to number 6, prepared to be deposed or have to take the stand in court. Your role doesn't end with the exam. You could be called to testify in a deposition or in court to attest to your observations and report. So make sure your documentation is thorough and accurate, as it's going to be scrutinized during testimony. So these 6 steps are going to help you navigate IMEs, or another name for them, DMEs, Defense Medical Examination, with confidence and professionalism. And if you're ready to take your legal nurse consulting career to the next level, or maybe your nursing career to jump into legal nurse consulting, it'd be my honor to help you get there. At Catalyst, you're going to learn way more than just IMEs. In fact, you're going to get everything you need to be a successful LNC business owner. And if you're ready to learn more, click the link below, watch our free introductory training, and if you're interested, book a call with us. I'd love to talk with you about how we can help build your skills, your confidence, everything you need to excel in this field. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you watching.